So, let's talk about not having friends. Payday 2 is a cooperative game by nature, but you can't play this game by yourself with the help of the team AI. They're not that great, but what they lack in actual intelligence they make up for in player boosts. Bots can have an ability and a boost each, with ability stacking based on the number of bots, and boosts just being a one and done deal. Let's talk our bots before our builds. They have the same stuff either way. So here are my bots. I've given them LMGs for the sake of sustained fire being good in crowds, and they have quick piercing, which lets them cut through shields like butter, and sharp-eyed, which nets me 60% more ammo pickups. For their boosts, I have healer, accelerator, and stockpiler. This keeps my health and grenades up and my guns loaded, and my reload speed is helped very, very nicely by all this. Accelerator and sharp-eyed actually make a lot of weapons viable that usually wouldn't be in public groups, so let's take a look at two. This first build's core skills are Bullseye, Shock and Awe, and Die Hard Aced with Iron Man Basic for a nice boost to my armor. Extra Lead and Fully Loaded Ace to keep my ammo up. I grabbed Fire Control, Lock and Load, and Body Expertise Ace to help boost our weapon damage, and that lets us kinda Doom Guy through people. I've got Shockproof Basic to avoid losing all my ammo when I get tased, Optical Illusions Basic to avoid getting shot, and Aced Bloodthirst, 9 Lives, and Swansong. Bloodthirst helps further reduce reload times, and Swansong in this build is going to be a thing of legends. So let's go meet the hardware. Are you ready for bad ideas? My primary is the Vulcan. Heck you. The Vulcan gets kind of a bad rap, and I think it's somewhat deserved. The rate of fire is a staggering 3,000 rounds per minute, which is actually the real fire rate of most miniguns, fun fact. And while its damage, accuracy, and stability are lousy, that's not the problem. Heck, even with the bot boost, the reload speed's not even a problem. Well, let's go back to our two different Revenant builds real quick, and let's take a look at the pickup rate on the Buzzsaw. Look at that, that's pretty good, you know? Now let's just compare that to the Vulcan. And there's your problem. The Vulcan simply cannot stay stocked up enough for longer endeavors, and that's why we're going with ammo bags in this build. I've got the aerial assault barrel and an LED combo, and that's all the changes I make to this actually bad boy. Now let's go take a look at our secondary. The Arbiter is back. I already went over this thing. It's great, and our build gets it to 100 accuracy and stability already. So I just give it a laser and a sight for my own convenience, my convenience alone. Unmodded, this thing is still amazing. My melee is any 450 charge damage one, and I'm bringing incendiary grenades. My perk deck is Anarchist. As with the light ballistic vest, I'm now at 270 armor, and I'll be consistently getting kills to push my armor back together. So with this build, my goal is pretty much just shred my way through anything and anyone, and the minigun does a great job more at suppressing enemies with continual fire and pushing them back than anything. If I'm looking for damage, I'm switching to the Arbiter, and I'm launching a few shells at enemies. I can actually use the Arbiter as my full-on main gun in most of this build and kind of just work back up to having enough ammo to melee a guy, reload the Vulcan, and unleash absolute hell for a few seconds. So anyone that said Raid's selling point over Payday was that it had ults and Payday doesn't, I think I just proved you otherwise. So what about our second build? This one's actually a bit more practical in pubs, just not how I'm using it, you'll see. My core skills are aced uppers and aggressive reload with high value target. I've got aced fully loaded and extra lead for more ammo in a pinch, just like the last build. Basic bullseye and shock and awe for the sake of better working armor. I've aced jack of all trades, basic lock and load, basic optical illusions, and shockproof. And then I'm acing 9 lives and bloodthirst with basic pumping iron for the sake of fast and easy reloads. So my primary is the Thanatos 50 caliber sniper rifle. Yeah, it's overkill. This is a gun designed to punch holes through tanks, and I'm using it to take out guards and SWAT-men. I've given it the Tank Buster barrel, a stability boost, LED combo, the Contractor grip, though just about any grip will do. I didn't need the accuracy boost on the other grips. And the Speculator sight. This gun is a monster, and it's as tall as the Heister, almost. It's not suppressed, but that doesn't make a difference. This thing does over 3,000 damage a shot. That's enough to take out almost every enemy in one hit, no matter where it hits. My secondary is the Judge, but it really could be anything. You don't need many kills to help make better. Again, you could use literally anything that's good enough on its own. But for things like SMGs or the Strike, I'd say no in this build. So this is where things get dumb. My primary deployable is the first aid kits, my secondary the ammo bag, which I'll kind of place by objectives I'm working on. My perk deck though is Rogue. Normally associated with high concealment weaponry, Rogue actually makes no requirement of the sort anywhere in the deck. Just equip the suit and you're good to go, but most people would want to take the dodge and crit bonuses, and while they're helpful additions to the numbers, they're not a necessity. You could take Crook and sacrifice 10% more dodge for much better armor, for sure. Or, heck, most other perk decks would do for that matter. But I specifically went into this wanting a dodge Thanatos build. And it works, more or less. This is a lot more practical than the minigun build, but with the addition of a better ammo pickup rate and faster reload, I can almost fire this weapon not unlike a battle rifle or a DMR. Just aiming straight into crowds and thinning them out that way, rather than going for individual heads. I just need to place a first aid kit down where I plan to do my shooting at, aim down the sights, and probably break Sydney's tiny baby arms with the insane recoil an anti-material rifle would logically have. Again, this thing is meant to burst open airplanes, helicopters, and armored cars, not skulls and livers. Now, both these builds are awesome, and this is usually where I would say, I hope I inspired you to have whatever. But I do need to mention something about these builds. I didn't complete any heist with them. I failed every one. So then, why did I make this video? It's because they're fun builds. They're fun. These are builds you could not logically make work in a normal pub for a variety of reasons, mostly ammo conservation. But playing solo kind of lets you experiment a bit more without being chewed out by a 14-year-old with 32 hours in hatred. And additionally, most of these deaths weren't even my fault. When I go down, as is the case with nearly any Death Wish mission, bleedouts are not out of the ordinary there. The AI doesn't quite know what to do. Chain's just kind of swept around the map trying to avoid watching the deaths of all of his friends, and honestly, I don't blame him. Also, one of these deaths was a bulldozer literally punching me once and killing me instantly. I think that's worth mentioning. Just boom, and she's dead. Can we see that one more time? Slow motion, black and white, amazing. So these builds are a lot more for fun than for glory, but with that in mind, this is only part 1 of a 2-part solo build series. There are builds that are fun solo, but practical under most situations. See you next time when we talk builds actually designed to eliminate the problems with flying solo, and until then, see you around. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.